If any of you out there identify with what I'm going through, I know what the rest of you are going to say is, why? Why would you be stopping coffee? Coffee's great. It's from the Lord. Anyways, to get back to it, the Grizzly we just got in the mail. We just put it together, and you can check out our unboxing video here. And we had a blast putting it together. So we just wanted to talk about some quick pros and cons of our first impressions. And the first impressions are that the bike is awesome. Straight out of the box, the bike is super heavy. And I think that's a good thing because it's a really hardy bike. And now that we have it put together, the thing is solid. I mean, it is a beast. The name fits the bike. The color might not fit the bike's name, but the name itself fits the bike because the thing is just a beast. So we're excited to get it out on the road and do some serious tests. But first pro and first impressions is the bike is really heavy. The second pro and the first impressions are the two batteries are awesome. Super heavy, but the fact that we can go double the distance because we have double the charge is such a win. And they're awesomely placed. So when you sit on the bike, they're even. It's not all the weight in the back. It's not all the weight towards the front. I think they did an even build. So once we built the bike, one of the things that we noticed is that it's really fast. It's really fast right out the gate. We did have to do the factory reset, so that way it puts the governor back to the 30 miles per hour limit instead of the 20 that we were experiencing. So special shout out to Splices026 on Instagram and YouTube for just dialoguing about some of the tweaks he did to his Grizzly that he likes. So we'll be discussing more of that coming up soon. So thanks, buddy. The bike is just straight up fast. It's faster out the gate than our D-Class. As soon as you hit the throttle, I mean, you're going. And we live in a really hilly area, and so it really carries us, just gets us right up the hill. We're really excited to launch our tandem videos because I think you'll have a better idea of just how powerful this bike is. The other thing we noticed is it's built a lot more like the X-Class version of Ariel Rider. It sits up a lot higher. So our D-Class has more of a cruiser style. You kind of lean back a little bit. You're not as forward like the X-Class. And I feel like the Grizzly is a little bit more like the X-Class in that it sits up higher and you're a little more forward. And I think that's because there's a slight tilt in the build. And the single saddle seat, which we replaced because we ride tandem, also leans you a little forward. And then the seat that we replaced is a long saddle, and it's just not broken in yet, so it's not quite as comfortable. So that's just a first impression, not necessarily a pro or con, but it'd be a great bike if you're taller. I'm 5'10", so anything above me, it'd be a really great bike versus I think the X-Class may feel a little small for people who are taller than me. Now, this is the biggest one that we noticed was the ride itself. This thing was like a Cadillac ride compared to a hardtail bike. The suspension really made an impressive difference, and I couldn't be more pleased that we ordered the bike because having the rear suspension really made a difference. I mean, my wife's going to, hopefully, if we can pull her in here, to talk about her tandem experience on all the bikes and which one her favorite is and why. But she's going to tell you, I'm sure, that the suspension on the new bike is just incredible. As a second rider, so the two of us combined are 300 pounds on the bike, and it just rides super smooth. That rear suspension was a massive improvement and upgrade. So good for you guys, Ariel Rider, because I think this kicks butt. Did I just say kicks butt? That's super weird. It's an awesome, impressive upgrade. Good on you. Good on you. Great job, Ariel Rider, for putting in some solid rear suspension. How about that? One of the other things I think that just comes down straight up to personal preference is the color. It's black. It's got some silver striping, and then it's cherry red. This is not like when you look at it from a photo on the internet. To me, at least maybe the way my editing monitors are set up, but it looked red, not sparkly. And so when you got the bike, I mean, it had a really beautiful paint job. Now, it might not be everyone's top pick as far as the colors, the color profiles that are on there. Maybe people don't like the black, the stripe, the red. But in person, regardless of your preferences, it is really a beautiful paint job. So that, I think, was a great first impression, pulling it out. It looks like they put a lot of care into the paint itself, so that's cool. if you notice in our unboxing video, it looked like someone had bled all over the box, because when we had gotten the box, it comes with touch-up paint, and it had leaked. And so I thought either I was bleeding or that somebody else was bleeding while they were putting it in, and it was just really trippy. All right, now let's get into the bummer part. And by bummer, I mean first impressions in the cons section. The cons are actually almost pros, and here's what I mean. The bike comes with 2 sets of keys. Each battery has its own set of keys. Now, although that's really annoying to have to use separate keys, now I got to carry around 2 keys instead of 1 for my bike. It just, I like carrying 1 key. And so the fact that I have to use 2 separate keys now for each battery, that to me was kind of a bummer. But from a security perspective, that actually makes a lot of sense. You eliminate 50% of someone stealing your battery by disabling or removing that. So it's a pro and a con. So that, take that for however you feel about it. But that was definitely something in the first impression. I went to insert the same key and found out, oh, it comes with 2 sets of 2 separate keys. So, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but really from a security perspective, it's better. Now this one is really the only actual con, and con means I was disappointed in this when I opened the box. We built the bike, we're pulling out the batteries, as you see in the unboxing video and even in some of the comparison video. We pull out the charger and there's only one. And to us, that was, oh man, like now we're going to have to double the amount of time that we have to wait for charging, versus if they had sent us 2 charger or maybe 1 charger with 2 cables, then we can dual charge at the same time. And that would have eliminated, half the wait time on getting back out on the road. And for us, that's important. So if I want to do double charging to get back on the road quicker, I have to pay for an extra upgrade of a charger. So I think that was really the only con so far. So if you have a Grizzly or if you're waiting for one, be rest assured that the bikes are awesome. You're gonna love what you ordered. We certainly have, and we're gonna do a lot more videos really putting these bikes to the test. So we're gonna talk about our first off-road test in the next video, and then also what it's like for the tandem rider. And I'm gonna ask my beautiful loving wife if she'll jump into our YouTube channel and just talk about what it's like riding tandem, being the back rider, which bike is her favorite and why. And as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts on your first impressions of the bikes that you got. And if you're getting a Grizzly, we'd love to hear what you think about it and what you think the pros and cons might be. So that's it for us today here at inGear. Thanks for hanging with us. If you want to, if you found this was helpful, and we'll be back with some more fun videos.